Joe Rogan has begun speaking about cloning once more, and this wasn't just casual conversation. The way he explained it felt unusually specific and unsettling. This time, even seemed like he was considering who might be the next person to be cloned after Jim Carrey.
All you'd have to do is make a clone brain dead. Figure out how to engineer a brain dead clone that'll grow organs for you. And then they'll make cloning legal. Because then you'll never have to worry. Hey, cat, you need a new heart? Guess what?
This is the same pathway that everybody is on in all of these departments.
Once you hear it explained that way, it really sticks with you because it feels serious. And somehow, Cat Williams also ends up being linked to that same theory.
There was this homunculus thing.
Like a genetically engineered human?
Life form.
Life form. Creature.
Right.
Whoa.
And so, it's spoken of in history very sparingly. But, a lot of things in the world are about perception, Yeah. So we don't believe that there's clones. We don't believe that because we don't feel like we have the technology. But the truth is, if you go body part to body part, you'll go, what if I lost 2 legs? Well, we give you 2.
But it takes an even darker turn because this is the point where people begin linking it to Jeffrey Epstein.
I seen something really messed up in the Jeffrey Epstein files. They found a file talking about them cloning celebrities so that they can do things to the version of that celebrity that they wanted.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so they were investing billions into cloning and trying to clone celebrities, specifically Britney Spears at the time, so that they could do things to a version of that clone. In the files, it stated that this clone might be like years old today if the clone is still alive. And is pretty much like Britney Spears' clone.
Yeah.
The internet has been flooded with theories suggesting Epstein was not only tied to influential celebrities, but also to scientists and hidden projects. Some even think he may have been connected to high-level research that is never shared with the public.
I'm sure in their head they think like cloning it, okay, boom, expendable.
And where do the bodies go after? Do you see that too with the trapdoor into the ocean?
Literally in that one picture, it shows in the bottom floor, it goes straight to the depth of the ocean.
And then the rumor takes an even darker turn, with some online speculation suggesting those links were about more than just power or money, even pointing toward theories involving DNA.
Continues to uncover more shocking files released by the DOJ. In this one, a man that goes by the name of Brian Bishop sent an email to Epstein that reads, "Attached is the doc you requested. It's the use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company." This gets us out of our self-funded garage biology phase to the first live birth of a human design.
Now, Joe Rogan has mentioned a few celebrities that conspiracy theorists claim could be next in line. One of the first names brought up is Selena Gomez, and this is where things start to feel even more unusual. Recently, she addressed the cloning rumors herself, but not in a serious way. Instead of strongly denying them, she laughed it off in a skit where someone casually talked about using a clone. She simply went along with it, acting like it was no big deal.
I am not kidding. So for those of you that have not seen, recently Selena Gomez was filming a podcast with her husband, Benny Blanco, when Benny Blanco started to rest his foot on a table, and you could visibly see that his foot was quite dirty. And well, then all of a sudden, Selena Gomez decided to go ahead and actually kiss her husband Benny Blanco's dirty foot. So after seeing that, people are genuinely convinced that she has been cloned because they feel like the real Selena Gomez would never do something like that.
And as you would expect, when a celebrity makes a joke like that, it doesn't stop the talk. Instead of settling things down, it only makes people more curious and keeps the discussion going.
Okay, so what's on the to-do list?
The foundation casting.
Okay.
And then something about calling a clone. We can, I don't know, we could ignore that. Okay. And rare employee meeting.
Oh, that's perfect.
Here's the part that many people are ignoring. These rumors didn't just appear suddenly. Online fans have been noticing shifts in her appearance, voice, and behavior for years, especially following her health issues.
A viral TikTok conspiracy claims that Selena Gomez was secretly replaced by a clone after her 2017 health struggles, pointing to changes in her appearance and Justin Bieber's tattoo as evidence.
But medical experts explain that these changes are normal effects of treatment and recovery. Even so, many people refuse to accept that explanation, and that is where the discussion starts to feel even more troubling.
what is going on with Selena Gomez. That's not her body. People are going to say it's the lupus. It's not the lupus. Okay, it's not the lupus. This woman looks different every time we see her. That is not Selena. She is so dark, so tan. But that's not her. Her face is different.
Have to let yourself get it out. And then afterwards, a good laugh and, you know, stuff. I don't know. I don't know the key. I just know what works for me. And I like to maybe just see one friend and a bunch of people and my therapist and look for people that could help in the situation.
Yeah, I still resonate. Did you notice how she did not move her jaw? Only her bottom like this. She doesn't actually move her.
And then something else happened. Out of nowhere, her name began to be loosely linked with Jeffrey Epstein in viral conspiracy posts circulating online.
Now, this was a month before Selena Gomez had her almost fatal surgery. So a month before Epstein was emailing this. Theory is she did that. So the theory goes, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber, they actually had a kid.
Oh, this kind of makes sense now.
And guess who the people speculated is right now?
Wait, hold on. I don't know.
Kourtney Kardashian's son, the one that looks like Justin. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that's actually Justin and Selena's kid. And what happened actually, because Justin and Selena had a kid together, the Illuminati wanted them to sex the kid. But Selena did not want to do that. She said, "Sax me instead." Theory was she sexed herself, she died. And what we see now is a clone of Selena.
Oh my, that's my...
Some screenshots and claims then began spreading online, suggesting a much darker theory connected to Epstein that involved DNA speculation.
So Justin Bieber, even in his music, he actually had some lyrics that correlate. You can't even see that. Selena sees the...
And this is where things start to feel uncomfortable, because people are no longer just talking about changes in her appearance. Some are now suggesting she might be a completely different person. The way these ideas keep spreading makes them seem believable to some viewers.
One person writes that I have lupus and the only way it changes my body is that I bloat and I get rashes. I can look 30 pounds heavier from day to day. One person thinks that they switched her. It's a doppelganger. She was born freaking beautiful. She would age elegantly. It's not her. I'm 100% sure about it. Hollywood is a really dark place and they're able to do that. Another person shared a screenshot writing something is off. One person pointed out that it's Gina Davis with a facelift. Look at the ears.
I am so excited that Rare Beauty is partnering with Ulta Beauty on their first guest donation partnership with a brand. All of February, anyone can donate in-store at checkout no matter what they're buying. And you will be able to support youth well-being through the Rare Impact Fund and Ulta Beauty Charitable Foundation.
It's funny when a billionaire is asking money. What else do you need, bro? Like, you have all that money, go and donate it yourself. Like, why ask from normal people to donate to you? And I'm pretty sure that even the money that will go to that charity goal will go back to the owners of the...
And once people start loosely connecting these points, it becomes easier to see why her name is often among the first mentioned in these cloning discussions. Now, let's move on to Jamie Foxx, because his situation made these cloning claims feel even more real to many people.
Thank you again so much for supporting. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you guys are saying, what's going on?
That's not Jamie Foxx. That's the cloned Jamie Foxx. You can book it.
After his serious medical emergency in April 2023, he suddenly stayed out of the public eye for a while. And as always, when a celebrity goes quiet like that, the internet quickly starts reacting. Almost immediately, rumors began spreading that he had been replaced or that something fell off. These claims spread rapidly online.
What started as a joke is people started to believe this shit.
What,
man.
they really believe Jamie Foxx was cloned?
Man, you know, if you say something long enough, for black people too, it becomes true.
Okay.
But here's where things get even more surprising. When he finally returned, he didn't just ignore the rumors. He actually made jokes about the clone theories himself. He said he had seen everything people were posting online while he was recovering. And instead of firmly denying it, he played along with it in a lighthearted way.
I snuck my phone because I didn't know what the outside world was saying. And so I snuck my phone to see what people were saying. I've just been in this hospital and I couldn't get my mind around it. I had a stroke. I'm in fucking perfect shape. The clone shit threw me.
Yes.
When they said I was a clone, that made me flip in the hospital. That's it. These motherfuckers are trying to clone me. I didn't have a stroke.
And as usual, when a celebrity jokes about something like this, many people don't take it as humor. Instead, they treat it like a clue or hidden meaning.
Y'all said I was a clone? You really thought I was a clone. Listen, I was having dinner at some eatery in Vegas, and I walk out, and my daughter's behind me, and she overheard the dude go, "That ain't that."
And then something else came out. During his recovery, Fox said he had hallucinations. One of the most unusual things he described was seeing what he called a white version of himself.
So I'm sitting in the hospital bed like these bitch ass, and then I saw me walk into my room. But I'm white, so I see the white me.
But he had a Caesar too, just like you?
all that, the white me.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm like, and I'm trying to get their attention, and no one said anything. And I'm like, that's it. They trying to clone me. This motherfucker is all the thing. And so
Now think about how that sounds to someone already deep into these theories. Many people took that single statement and ran with it, linking it directly back to cloning claims.
I'll tell you this, Atlanta, you can't clone this. I brought you too much original. It ain't enough clone juice in the world to clone.
This is where things start to feel uncomfortable because it's no longer just fans noticing changes in appearance or behavior. It's the celebrity himself describing unusual experiences during a period when he was seriously ill and fighting for his life.
I've been through something. I've been through some things. You know, it's crazy. I couldn't do that 6 months ago. I couldn't actually walk. I'm not a clone. I'm not a clone. I know a lot of people were saying I was cloned out there. I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy. When it's almost over, when you see the tunnel. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. It was hot in that tunnel, too. I don't know where I was going.
Of course, from a medical point of view, hallucinations after a stroke can happen, and that is the most reasonable explanation. But as always, many people don't stop at logic. Still, this is what Fox himself said.
And so the next morning, I was out of my bed. I was standing there like Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park. I was like, what the fuck? And Dave was like, what's up, Fox? I said, what's up, Fox? I said, I know what's up. You trying to clone me, motherfucker. I saw the white clone. And I know why you're trying to clone me and make me white, because I'll sell better overseas and all this other kind of So they had to call like my psychiatrist. I had a psychiatrist on board, and I'm sitting in this motherfucker.
You read your conspiracy
I'm
theory
thinking
and
I'm a
it's saying
clone.
yes.
And when the psychiatrist says, "Are you all right?" and I says, "Am I all right or am I all white?" I saw what happened yesterday. I saw, motherfucker, you trying to get the white motherfucking Jamie Foxx, and it ain't gonna happen. So he just calmly goes, I think we're gonna lower your dosage.
Then there is Eminem. According to the theory, some people believe he was replaced following a car crash in 2006.
This is why some are convinced that Eminem is a clone. Now, there are many variants to this theory, but one of them is by this now deleted website. They say that Eminem actually passed away in 2006. The theory states that the music industry wanted record companies to keep making money, so they replaced Eminem with an android clone. But this is mostly because after Eminem's 5-year hiatus from making music when he entered rehab for his dependence on sleep medication, he came back a completely different person. They say this is why he changed his entire image, shifting to a darker wardrobe and really toning down his lyrics.
And people didn't just randomly say that, they started pointing out changes right after his rehab era.
Eminem has been replaced. This is a story in This Week titled Eminem was replaced by a clone in 2006. Now this theory has apparently been pushed by fellow rapper Tom MacDonald, who has rapped in lyrics suggesting that bone samples have been used to clone rappers. If you go and check out Tom MacDonald's music video for the track Cloned Rappers, you'll see the music video has Tom MacDonald kind of playing the role of Eminem being cloned. He also says in the song that Kodak Black, Gucci Mane, and Eminem have all been cloned. This is what I would call conspiracy capping for clout.
His face looked a bit different, his voice had a slightly changed tone, and even his music style evolved. In reality, all of that can be explained by aging, recovering from past substance use, and simply growing as an artist over time. But as you already know, once people notice one small change, they often start spotting many more. Still, this footage has genuinely unsettled some viewers.
Saturday Night Crew with our music intro starting next Saturday night. But folks, I want to take you to the world premiere of one
Eminem, but he's going to join the Saturday Night Crew with our music intro starting next Saturday night. But folks, I want to...
But it gets deeper, because this is where the Epstein angle comes in.
The good part about all of this is that Eminem was not caught doing anything in the Epstein files. He was just mentioned by someone. As you can see right here, the victim ended up saying, I remember Epstein coming along with Jalestein and others. I believe they were. Marshall Mathers wasn't there with Epstein, at least not what I saw. I wasn't normally allowed in the bar. And now, honestly, this is not surprising considering the fact that Eminem has always been against weird stuff like this. With him back in 2024, literally dissing Diddy for the stuff he did.
Some fans believe Eminem was replaced as part of a larger system of control within the entertainment industry, where artists at a certain level are no longer fully in charge of their own careers. When these ideas are mixed with mentions of Jeffrey Epstein, the theory grows even further. Some online users claim Epstein's ties to powerful figures could be connected to hidden experiments, including cloning or identity replacement. Others even link it to more extreme and supernatural claims.
He leaks a teaser for the album, and it's a woman giving birth. When the woman brought out the baby, it started turning into a demon.
Oh,
trying to represent the Antichrist.
Like his kid though?
Since the reincarnation is the Antichrist, is what he's trying to say.
Damn.
So it grew horns, and it had like a snake-like tongue.
Yeah.
Bro, why is Eminem doing all this?
Yeah, that looks...
It's already in the track list. The last 4 songs, guess what they are?
What?
Evil, Lucifer, Satan.
What the...
Look at his profile picture.
Spider, no? Oh, it's like a deer?
Damn, it's a goat. If you look closer, it's
like
it's
horns.
A goat, yes.
Oh, and red eyes.
Yeah. When rappers get old, their sales aren't doing as well.
Yeah.
They start pushing the demonic stuff.
And this is where things start to sound even more extreme, because it's no longer just about one rapper behaving differently. It turns into a broader claim that celebrities are being controlled, swapped, or recreated behind the scenes. Then there is Avril Lavigne, and honestly, this is one of the most well-known clone stories on the internet.
There's been a theory that the current Avril, the current one you're seeing, is allegedly a clone named Melissa.
The so-called Melissa theory claims that the real Avril Lavigne died years ago and was secretly replaced by a clone. But the surprising part is that this rumor didn't even begin as some kind of hidden leak or insider information.
She responded, "Yeah, some people think that I'm not the real me, which is so weird. Like, why would they even think that? Which is my question exactly.
Right.
Why would they even think that?" So the theory started in 2005, right, Jace?
Which is
why?
Which is so weird that they said that Avril. Here's the theory. This is all an alleged theory. These are not factual. This is all alleged. That Avril was so successful. Her first album, Let Go, came out 2005. Skater Boy, I'm With You. So we know that she was this huge pop star.
It actually traces back to a Brazilian fan blog from 2011. The person who created it later explained that it was meant as an example to show how easily conspiracy theories can spread and how quickly people believe them online.
This rumor of an Avril clone dates all the way back to 2003 when it was believed that she died just before the release of her debut album, Let Go. The rumor gained some traction when a photo from a shoot for her second album, Under My Skin, featured Avril with the name Melissa printed on her hand. So various side-by-side photo comparisons have been presented online throughout the years, but Avril maintains it's all false. I mean, that's kind of exactly what a clone would say, no?
Even after that explanation, the story continued to grow as fans kept highlighting small details like changes in her style, appearance, and behavior.
Avril Lavigne is once again addressing those clone rumors. The Canadian pop punk queen appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast in support of her upcoming Greatest Hits album and tour. During the convo with Alex Cooper, Avril addresses everything and debunks that entire Melissa clone sitch.
What makes it even more surprising is that Avril has responded to these rumors more than once. She has openly called them strange and silly. In a 2024 interview, she even laughed about it again instead of treating it as a serious mystery.
I mean, it's just funny to me. Like on one end, everyone's like, oh my God, you look the exact same. You haven't aged a day. But then other people are like, there's a conspiracy theory that I'm not me.
There is a...
Cool. Honestly, it's not that bad. It could be worse, right? Like, I feel like I got a good one.
But is it... Okay.
I don't think it's like negative or anything like creepy. So it's like...
Avril, this conspiracy theory about you is a little creepy. Come on.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be worse.
It could? Yeah.
Yeah.
It could. No, you could be getting like online books.
Obviously, I am me. It's so dumb.
But as you already know, that's just how the internet works. The moment a celebrity responds, many people start treating that response itself as evidence, rather than clarification.
Avril Lavigne. Is it actually her, or is it a woman named Melissa?
What?
Allegedly, Melissa Vandella, this woman that was Avril Lavigne's friend before Avril Lavigne allegedly passed away, took on Avril Lavigne's whole persona. And it's not actually the OG Avril Lavigne that we have today, but it's this woman named Melissa Vandella that looks just like Avril Lavigne.
That's crazy.
So those close to Avril suggested that she struggled with fame after her Let Go album.
Right.
She blew up so fast.
Right.
She was so famous, so successful, whatever. And it really got to her mentally. As we've seen this happen with like Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus.
It's tough.
It's tough. Justin Bieber.
It's all
so
tough.
That part of it, very believable. The thing was, in 2003, when she was already struggling with like her adjustment to fame, her grandmother had passed away, and Avril was really, really close with her grandmother. Allegedly, Avril just spun into this depression spiral and she unalived herself.
So even though the original story was confirmed to be a hoax, her name still keeps coming up in every cloning discussion, including lists that some people connect to Joe Rogan's comments.
Music execs and slimy Hollywood were like, we just found a masterpiece of someone that we could profit off of. So they were like, she can't die. And the girl that she's hanging out with, Melissa Vandella, who does look just like her, they were like, perfect, problem solved. We're going to make Melissa Avril.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Dude, that's an insane
No,
theory.
it's insane.
And then there is Taylor Swift. And this is where things begin to feel almost unbelievable.
Taylor Swift, she's a clone of the high priestess of the Church of Satan.
Huh? What the fuck? Where did you learn this from?
Watch. Look at this pic, fam.
Yeah, let me see.
This is like a famous high priestess of the demonic church. Looks exactly like Taylor Swift. Now, what's crazy, they share a lot of similarities. They're both singer-songwriters, fam. They both have the same blonde hair, the same facial structure. Look, they even wear the same like lipstick.
The theory here claims she isn't just a regular celebrity. Instead, it suggests she is a clone of Zena Shrek, who is said to be the daughter of the founder of the Church of Satan. Most of the argument is based on comparing photos and analyzing her songs.
Look at their eyes. The eyes, fam.
That's
And
Taylor,
the
fam.
eyebrows. A lot of people are starting to like see, oh yeah, Taylor Swift's demonic because of this one for the song called Willow. What happens is she uses her piano and out comes like a golden thread and it attracts all of these people. And once the people become in contact with it, they become obsessed with her. They become almost so obsessed where they become like a cult. And what is Taylor Swift's fandom like?
People online often compare old photos of Zena with Taylor Swift and claim the similarity is too strong to be just a coincidence.
This isn't like, well, I guess it is a celebrity because it's Taylor Swift, but there's also the Taylor Swift as a clone conspiracy theory. And not only just any clone, but a clone of this lady right here, Zena Elve, whatever her name. She's the daughter of the founder of the Satan Church. And I will say the resemblance is striking. However, look how much Jay-Z and Rymir Satterthwaite look alike. I'm not going to say that's a clone. You know what I mean? Like, I know for sure, like, people who look so much like their grandpa, they could be a clone. So just because somebody looks alike to somebody doesn't mean anything. And especially, like, I don't know if, like, these people are even related. Like, who even knows? You know, who even knows? But 1989 is probably when they were kicking off the first human clone experiments, if you just trace the timeline back. So again, I mean, I could see why the people are saying that or whatever. And then there's all these conspiracy theories. I'm gonna let the conspiracy theory videos tell y'all. But it's like, you know, the hand symbols that Taylor Swift uses, or like she gets so upset whenever anybody mentions God, and it's because she's a clone of the Satanist.
Here's the part many people overlook. Looking similar does not prove anything on its own. It's normal for people to share features, especially across different generations. Even so, the internet continues to build entire stories around it. Still, what surprises many is that some people try to present these ideas as if they are well-supported arguments.
How can you tell if somebody is a clone?
I'm not sure how you'd be able to tell somebody is a clone exactly, but I do believe in the example of Taylor Swift. There is a theory that Taylor Swift is a clone, and that ties back into the Church of Satan. You have Anton LaVey, he was the founder of Church of Satan, and his daughter, Zena LaVey, who is on record talking about how they use music to control people. And she has an uncanny resemblance to Taylor Swift. What are the odds?
Some people argue this ties into a larger idea involving powerful families or secret groups that supposedly recreate certain individuals to preserve influence over time. When this is combined with earlier claims about cloning, elites, and hidden projects, it begins to seem to some like all these theories are connected and pointing toward the same conclusion.
Conspiracy theory surrounding Taylor is that she is the clone of Zena LaVey, the daughter of Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan. This theory hinges on the striking resemblance between Taylor and Zena in her younger years. Believers suggest that the Illuminati cloned Zena to create Taylor, aiming to use her influence to subtly promote satanic imagery through pop music. This theory has gained traction online, numerous side-by-side photo comparisons fueling the speculation.
When Zena LaVey was younger, they did look similar, and Zena LaVey was into music as well. I think they're both alive right now, but I think that doesn't matter if they're cloned.
And then things escalate further. Fans start breaking down every interview, every live performance, and every shift in personality. They claim her behavior changed at certain stages of her career, and that her voice and mannerisms developed in a way that some describe as overly controlled.
Really similar stylistic choices of how they present their hair, their outfits, their lips. And if someone was powerful enough to get cloned, it'd be the person who's the head of the Church of Satan. Also, the both of them are very much into snakes, a huge part of their brand, and handling snakes, and are very big on revenge and this aesthetic. And they're both known singer, songwriter, and performers as if it's just in their blood. Before I show the craziest piece of evidence, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about all of these celebrities and request which you want to see next. Guess when Zena gave up her position as the high priestess of the Church of Satan to pass it on to the next? 1989. So maybe that's when Taylor was cloned.
This is where things start to feel more intense because it's no longer focused on a single person. It turns into a wider belief that celebrities may not always be who they appear to be. The discussion then goes even further when people connect it back to the same names that repeatedly appear in different theories. References to secret societies and powerful groups controlling industries start coming up again, and Jeffrey Epstein is often brought back into the conversation. Some people believe he was linked to influential networks that are far beyond public understanding.
Another email in the files, allegedly sent from Jeffrey Epstein to a man named Barnaby Marshy, reads, "Should we build a mind reader? It would use de-encryption, new understandings of the brain. Should we do a project on tissue regeneration?" And in parentheses it says, cloning. This gives the public a peek into what Epstein was possibly interested in outside the world of finance.
And now let me ask you something. If any of this were actually true, would we really be able to tell? Or would it all just appear exactly like this? Rumors, jokes, and small moments that feel a bit strange, but never clearly prove anything? Because once you start thinking this way, it becomes difficult to unsee it. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more gossip and the latest updates.